This is the passive vestibular-ocular reflex. And when it's passive, it means that the patient themselves is not going to be doing it, but somebody's going to be doing the activity to them. All right, with a vestibular-ocular reflex, what it is, the patient's going to be sitting, they're going to fixate on a target. Usually we provide the targets that the patient's going to be using at home. I prefer something like a nice letter that's a kind of a small font. The reason being is if they're moving and that letter fuzzes up or gets a little bit blurry, it lets us know that their eyes are no longer maintaining good fixation during this reflex. So with this VOR activity, what you're going to do is the patient's going to sit down. They're going to have the target level with their eyes on the horizontal and then in the midline with the vertical, okay? And they're just going to fixate on that target. We're going to mainly go over horizontal. That's easier. I'll still show you how to do vertical as well. The reason I'm showing the horizontal is one of the preferred methods that I like to tell my patients to do, since you're not doing this all the time or the person that's doing it with them isn't doing it all the time, is to just kind of stand behind them, hold their head lightly, don't muffle their ears, you know, just kind of hold their head lightly. I tend to put one spot here at the base of the skull and just a few fingers on the side. The patient, look at that target, you just hold. And I say hold your arms out that you can just make a nice, easy, smooth rotation. Having the elbows out and just kind of doing this motion helps to keep it on nice and level on a good plane. Another way that somebody can do it is they can sit down or stand next to them and they can hold their head like this and they can do the same thing and turn side to side. I just unfortunately see when other people that don't do this every single day, they'll start to do it and they'll like kind of raise up on one side and down on one side, and it's not very equal. We want it to just be a nice equal distance to both sides. So when you're doing this, one of the things I also think about, if they got a little hair part, or I think about where their nose is pointing, that's kind of the way that I aim towards how far they're going to each side. Usually we'll tell our patients, you know, to keep it really small, to only go maybe about an inch, but overall it's not a large distance that they're going from side to side. You can do the same thing then vertical. Unfortunately, we can't do it that way, and you do have to get next to the patient. Same thing, I just kind of like to hold a little bit on that jawline, not muffling their ears. They fixate on that target, nice and easy up and down. And usually what we'll do is we'll kind of give you like a pace or a cadence. There's about 3 different main paces that you can do this with, but generally speaking, we're trying to rebuild it so it's a nice, slow, clean movement.